Hello everyone. Okay, so this review is only based on the fact that I just witnessed this movie and not based on the show itself, because I have literally never seen a single episode of Veronica Mars, which I hear is a really good show. I don't know how long it lasted, but of course this is the movie because of the fans, the over 91,000 fans who contributed on Kickstarter, I believe about a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago. And this movie's for you guys. I mean, if you were a diehard fan of the show, the Veronica Mars movie is out, but it's only playing in AMC theaters in California, that is. That's all I know. It's not really playing anywhere else but the AMC. Like every AMC theater in Southern California, it's actually playing, and I found it at the Block. I was very interested to see it because I do like Christian Bale, even though for me, first thing I ever really saw her in was Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that great classic comedy from 2008. Love that film, and I liked her in the movie. So yeah, this is a show I never really witnessed, and so I went into the movie completely blind. I didn't really know the characters, and it's a murder mystery, and I think most fans might know that. As someone who's not a fan of the show, I did appreciate that the film was really trying to not just be fan service, even though I feel like the movie is fan service, because there's a lot of characters that I've never met before, actors, cameos that are in it. I don't know if they were from the original show or not. It was nice to see some of these people. So again, I don't know the connection between the show, even though in the beginning of the film it does kind of tie in probably the seasons that were a part of the show to kind of tell the person like myself, okay, this is what the show was about, and this is kind of how it leads up to the movie. In the movie, Veronica Mars is living in New York with her boyfriend. She's going to be a lawyer, but some tragedy hits home, where back home when she was in high school, working with her dad as a private investigator or a murder mystery or all these multiple things that she was part of. I haven't seen the show, again, reminder. But she's called back to Neptune, California, which I don't know if is a real place or not. Maybe that's another thing that's part of the show, because one of her former boyfriend's girlfriends, who is now famous, has been murdered in that town, and the town's going crazy. The cops are all involved, of course. There's so many murder suspects, and she's involved to do what she does best. She also wants to be a lawyer, so she's dealing with the problems of New York, and of course now being back in California. So yeah, for someone who is not acquainted with the show, I think the filmmakers did a good job, for the most part, in getting me to care about the characters for 2 hours, even though some of the characters I didn't really know, even though some of them were funny and some of them were intriguing. I didn't know who they were. I wasn't really aware of who they were. I would be curious to see the show now. I'd be very curious to see the show. It's not on Netflix. I don't know if I have any friends that have the show on DVD or Blu-ray, but if I maybe I'll ask them, ask around and see if anybody has it. I'd be interested to see the show. It's a good movie. It's not a great film. It's nothing that was amazing, but I couldn't help but just feel for the fans, the people that really wanted this movie, because there's a lot of shows that didn't really last a long time back in the 90s, including Freaks and Geeks and My So-Called Life, that I would have loved if Kickstarter was around. I would have loved that the internet was that explosive back then, because I would have loved to contribute to the show, to help make second seasons out of those shows, or even a movie out of those shows. You know, it's just, to me, as I was watching the movie, I thought about that, and I thought about the shows that I would have loved if I could have had the chance to help them come back in some way or another. And I think hopefully if this movie is successful and the fans who actually contribute, over 91,000 fans contributed to Kickstarter, hopefully they're going to see the movie now, because it's worth seeing. It's definitely worth the money that was spent. I think it made a couple $1 million on the internet, and I don't know how much the movie cost to make in total, but they made a well-made film. It's everybody that comes back. I believe I did a little bit of research, and I think everybody that helped make the show, the creator of the show, is actually written and directed this film. And so, you know, people that have loved the show and been a part of the show and worked on the show are probably just grateful to be back. It's like a big reunion, because also in the story, she's going back, and also in her hometown, it's been 10 years since they graduated from high school, so this big huge reunion going on, so that element happens as well. And it definitely feels a little convoluted, a little contrived, but that's okay, because, you know, there's a lot of great humor in the film, there's some great dialogue, witty dialogue, and it's probably a lot of the stuff that was incorporated into the show itself. So as someone who's not a fan of the show, I really liked this film, and I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it to the casual viewer, because there's a really good murder mystery that comes out of this. That was a lot of fun to follow, and find out who's the real killer, and I'm wondering if this whole movie will lead up to another season of the show, or it will lead up to maybe another movie if the fans really want it. So yeah, on a whole, this was a good movie, and I do recommend it to, of course, the fans. Please, if you're a fan of Veronica Mars, go see the show. I mean, if there was a movie that came out a couple years after the fact that My So-Called Life ended after one season, I would have been there in line. I would have got a job just so I could help fund the show, fund the second season, or fund the actual movie. I would have loved that, because I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows. So I think a lot of people who feel that way about My So-Called Life probably feel the same way about Veronica Mars, even though it did last more than one season. So as a movie, I really like the movie, and I do give Veronica Mars the movie, not the show, maybe I'll go watch the show, but I give the movie a solid 3 stars out of 4. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Also, please go to MoviePilot.com. And if you enjoyed this review, please click right here, subscribe to my channel. Also, I want to give a shout out right now to Colin at Marvel DC Fans Review. I talked to him about a week ago. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber that's reviewing movies, loves film. Got a chance to talk to him on Skype, and so please click right here in this area and subscribe to his channel. He has the passion for it. Tell him MovieManCHAD sent you. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a great night, and go check out Veronica Mars. I recommend the film. And what is the thing with marshmallows? I don't get that. They mentioned in the beginning there's those marshmallows. I guess I'm just gonna have to watch the show. All right, guys, here I come. Gather your marshmallows, I guess. Later. Bye.